talked about IFCFTA. It's the free trade I'm talking about. I said we still have the challenge of visa, and we still have a challenge of integration, but the member states are working on the integration in order to ban all these, all these obstacles that or bottleneck that impede us to go through the free trades. But we are working on it. We are doing the regulation, because if you want to trade, you need to do regulation, food safety mechanism. All this type of ecosystem has to be present and standardized to all the continents.
All right, so we go into a second round of questions. And I'm going to start this one with a plea that if there are women journalists, please feel free to ask your questions. We really want to make sure that we have a 50-50 representation. All right, so on the left side, I'm still not seeing any hands going up. So let me come back to you, and I think the gentleman at the back had a second question.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, my question was related to what you've responded to. That's why I was a little bit hesitant to ask, but I may ask now that I believe that Africa's got enough food. The problem is intra-Africa trade, food trade. I mean, you've pointed out some, indicators of trying to move that direction. But how fast can we move to see that we prevent those barriers or get rid of those barriers that prevent intra-Africa food trade?
Okay, and then the final question, we come back to this gentleman.
Thank you very much for the opportunity once again. You mentioned that there are about 18 countries that at least performed a little bit better than the rest. I would love to know what are those countries. And then since the conversations have actually been dominated by issues of inclusivity, equity, including women, youth who are actually on ground doing the farming, what opportunities are likely to come out of this, 10-year strategy that, the youth, the marginalized persons can actually leverage in the long term?
The inter-African trade, to say that the inter-African trade is working very well. We have the Secretariat, because it has only 2 years since it entered into force. We have the Secretariat, which is based in Accra. We have a Secretary General. We have a big structure that we are looking at all these issues of trade. So I believe that in 5 years' time, things will be okay. We wanted to kick off very early after approval, but because of COVID during 2 years, nobody was working. So we started just recently, and we are looking at all the issues of promoting the inter-African trade. That's why I said in this new strategy here, is one priority number one. Production and inter-African trade and agro-industrialization, because we don't want just to, we don't want to trade just the raw material. We want to transform this raw material to give opportunity, job opportunity to our youth, so that we can sell finished product. And when you add value, you gain more. It's more efficient than just to sell the raw material. So we are working in it. That structure is already functioning, and will let us give them time, but we believe that we are all trying to support them so that we start. We were doing the inter-African trade, but now to do a more modern, more efficient, and efficient inter-African trade. The second one, what are the countries that they are not on track, but they performed well. Like Rwanda was only the three since my 8 years of tenure in African Union. I produced four biannual review reports to take stock of the implementation of member states. So, like I said, this time the benchmark was very high, and it was Rwanda. For the best score, are the best score still, because the benchmark was 8.9. So Rwanda had 8.07 out of 10. So the small indicators maybe did not achieve, but it was okay. So then we have Morocco had 6.99. Out of 10. We had Egypt 6.83 out of 10, which is good, because when you're in school, if you have this score, you pass one class to another. So, but we're just saying that we wanted really the best, you know. We couldn't get it by when you shift the benchmark to that level, because we want it to be 10 over 10. So each edition, we try to upgrade the benchmark. So we have Comoros, the island, for the most improved score, the most improved score from the various biannual review reports. Because when we started the first edition, they were really down, but they are part of these 18 countries that are really doing well. So so those are the 4, because usually when we evaluate, we look at the four best. Those are the 4 best that they had. You know that they were really they score very good. So after trying to assess at the national level, we also assess at the regional level. And at the regional level, the region that had the best score, because they follow the policy here and they work with their member states, each region. So here, the Western African region, which is ECOWAS, special mention for best overall region performed. They had 503 out of 10, meaning that, like I say, they have the roads, they have facilities, so it's easier for them to do the inter-African trade and other indicators or commitment of our head of states. While no country was on track, 20, I even say 18, 20 member states were progressing well, which is Benin, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cape Verde, Egypt, Eswatini, Ethiopia, the Gambia, Ghana, Kenya, Malawi, Mali, Morocco, Nigeria, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, Tunisia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. So the best country, best performing countries by commitment. Okay, because we see also the commitment. Some countries is not only ending anger, but there is commitment. By commitment, we have Niger with commitment of one of the commitment number 1 on the commitment of the principle, because the number 1 was a principle of CAADP, this in the Malabo Declaration. So they had one. They did well. Eswatini on commitment number 2, enhancing investment financing in agriculture. They did well. So it's not only the food, but it is all these indicators that allow us to be food secure. And the commitment, the Ghana on commitment number 4 on halving poverty through the agriculture by 2024. Ghana did well. Rwanda on commitment number 5 on boosting intra-African trade in agricultural goods and services. And Ethiopia on commitment number 6, enhancing resilience to climate variability. And then Morocco on commitment number 7 on enhancing mutual accountability for action and result. To see that we have all the mechanism to track progress with our member states, and we have all the report. That's why this report is important, because this process that came here, the extraordinary summit, African Union Summit for post-Malabo CAADP agenda, it's very important, because if you have a framework, you know, you facilitate the reform on the member state, and you facilitate them also. You support them in building their own national investment program through aligning with what we are doing here. All these indicators. That's the way we work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. That was Commissioner Her Excellency Ambassador Joseph Asako, who is the Commissioner for Agriculture, Rural Development, Blue Economy, and the Environment at the African Union. And she was just giving us more details and also responding to your questions on the issue of food security and improved agri-systems, as she has mentioned. So let me take this opportunity to thank you very much, members of the media and other communicators who are here. And also let me encourage those who have questions related to the African Continental Free Trade Area to please see Molalet He's our media coordinator, so that perhaps you can have an interview with the commissioner who is responsible for that. And Her Excellency has already referred to it, that the commissioner is here. So thank you once again, all those who joined online and all those who are here live at Munyonyo Resort. Thank you. We'll meet again in another briefing. Bye-bye for now.